Wizzy Wizzy. Last video I did was admittedly only a few hours back, but the amount of phone calls or people trying to phone call me during it was just getting a bit much. So if anybody from Facebook, which I know some of you do that, I'm getting it now, see. Is there a way? Yeah, you can isolate. Well, actually, I can do it now, of course. Hi, I don't need to hear anybody here. Sus, just turn the volume down. Right, done it. Problem solved. I was going to suggest that there's some way. Hi, lots of people are in this because it's midday. Not surprising. Just turn my power on. Yeah, but that's it, silly Billy. I've just turned down the volume here, so I can't hear anything. I don't need to hear my own voice. I can hear it. And yeah, yeah, keep them coming. Now, I shared in the last one possibility of a TV company requesting a friendship. It's actually a newspaper news. Well, could lead to that news, whatever. So they deal in all sorts of news. But I've accepted the request and we'll see. And they've got my email because obviously they wouldn't probably want to do it through Facebook anyway. Bless them. But I was sharing in the last one and having done in quite a few the mechanics of this. So this can be put to other pastors or people who move in the spirit. And I'm being a bit sarcastic there. Many people don't actually move in the power of the spirit. Your best way that is, do they have a pre-written script? You can have notes. Obviously, if you've got certain things you've got to bring into the ministry to do with things that people have been up to in the church is a good example, right? Well, Noel, who used to be the head pastor of the Jesus Fellowship Church. Now, he could, a bit like me, go on for a couple of hours because everything that happened within the church was reported back to him, and also he saw things happen. Once there was some guy who was very abrasive to a new member, right? I'm better to now. He just said, but in a nasty way, shut that door. No, of course, in the right place, the right time. I'm just happy to be passing past the door. He didn't interfere with people, you know. He lived in the farmhouse. But obviously, he's got his own room, obviously. But occasionally, if the spirit prompted him, he would mooch about a bit. Whoa, did that elder get a stripping down. Now, he wouldn't mention who it was, but everybody could work it out. And needs to say the elder himself knew exactly what was going on and had gone on. And he was saying, yeah, you don't speak to babes in Christ like that. These are new people that have just come into the church. They've got to learn the ropes and don't know all the rules and the regulations and whatever. And, it's nice if you do foundation, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The amount of occasions I've had there because of rules have been changed. And yet I'm a visitor. Oh, right. An official request, although it won't get you, but it's saving me time. Dear John, it's a joke, isn't there? Dear John letter. This is to John Caddy. Now, you're one of the few people that knows me in the Findorn Foundation, who's physically met me. There's then the policeman, You'll know who I mean. And that's about it. I used to be very friendly with the printer, who I knew as Lex. And at one time, this is going back, this shows how things bad got there. He told me, well, I've stuck up for you. I said, oh, yes. A lot, quote, of people don't want you here. But I contested it because I said, you have given me business. And that could he be allowed to visit the printing press? No, I won't get too personal. Bless it, he passed on recently. In fact, it's one of the last times but one that I touched into the Pindorm Foundation. I will be quick because most of you folks don't know what the hell's the thing. Right, okay. But then that's life. When you attend a ministry, often it's not relevant for you and whatever. So he had passed on, and he was about to be, only recently, he was about to be buried, and the funeral was being arranged. And I did a classic thing, because me and Lex had that sort of friendship. Lex, by the way, his proper name wasn't Lex. This is from the Marvel Comics, Lex Luthor, right? That was my pet name for him, and his pet name for me was Batman. Right? You know, oh, you can relate to this. We all have these special friendships where we let down all the, pretense and thing, and they're just like children together, right? Although we're adults, and he was a responsible businessman, head of the whole printing, a very responsible job, and useful job, and that's why he had some clout. Right, we don't want to get on the wrong side of Lex because they all use Lex for their own little trips, right? Getting them newsletters printed and publicity printed. So he had, rightly so, a bit of stature. He didn't use it much. In fact, he had, bless him, a depression problem, as I do. So again, we had a great empathy. So I used to give him extra acting the clown treatment. I remember one instance. Right. He was really whizzed off. Nothing to do with me. It's just what had been going on in the printing press and all the rest of it. And but he knew, because you can do that with close friends. Be honest. Next, oh, right. Okay. Okay. Whoa. And I made a joke of it. Whoa, I said, someone needs a bit of treatment, right? And I said it so the other work staff could hear, because obviously he'd had a go at some of them, and they knew, oh my God. I said, I think Lex is in a bad mood, sort of thing. But of course, that was just a flag to pull to me, more sign to, I do need to see. So, because often he would say, oh, I'm busy now. But this wasn't that. No, this is, whoa, So I sat him down in his chair and I said, right. I said, just like this, I'm saying, right, we're going to sort this bastard out, meaning him. And he knew he was being out of order. And I gave him a really stiff shoulder massage, which was putting out the energy, which is what he needed to help get rid of all this, right? And then to make him out, make more humour of it, there was this new, beautiful lady recently employed to do the website designing, right? Because that's what he did as well. He was a printer and they had computers in there and they designed websites for people. And so she was his employee. He'd employed her, right, given her a job. And I said to she could hear, is she any good then? And I went like this. And he joined, because that's what he needed to do, lighten up. So he joined in the joke, didn't say anything, right? I said, and then I pretended that he'd answered me a question by just giving out an answer. I said, it's like he said, do you fancy her? Do you think she's attractive? I said, nah, they all look the same to me. And now he started to crack. if he knew what was going on. Then this went on to another level. But the funny thing is, she'd sussed. And she was stood there, smiling her head off, just looking at us. And Alex had seen her because he was facing the right direction for him, and I had my back to her. And I turned around, and we all cracked up. Yeah. Because she could see I was just having a bit of fun, and also I was trying to lift Lex's spirits, which it did. Then I followed up. Might have been another time, but the sort of things I do. And there were just three men. There's me, him, and another worker. You might remember this. And I said, I was just doing a waffle. Hey, all these women have got this, they've got like witches groups and white thing and all this sort of stuff, all into the earth magic, shall we say. Right. I said, isn't it about time we got our group together? And they sort of looked at me. Yeah, the clapped out old wizard society. Anyway, I digress. Right. For some of you, right, getting the boot. Ah, right. Now, a bit of serious centering. There's a world you're living in. No one else has your part. Neil Young. So we're following through with the theme. The previous one was lyrics taken from Mick Jagger's, one of Mick Jagger's songs, right? And this obviously seemed to hit quite a few notes because music was and is being used by the spirit. And that all music can be used and is used by the spirit. So, there is a world we're living in, but no one else has your part. We each have a unique part to play. And we each have a unique identity, which could also be linked with that concept of part. When we're open, still, and listen, and pray. So someone comes into your life, I have or am, starts going on about pyramids, which I have, whatever. Now, this wasn't quite part of what the sort of thing you're taught in your religious group, right? Well, head him in or whatever. Don't talk about pyramids, right? But it's up to you, right, to ask. Okay, what is this thing about pyramids? Please inspire me, however you approach the higher aspect, the spiritual aspect of yourself, however you do that. So it's personal meditation. I could say, well, I can say that you could look into using a pendulum. A brilliant bit of technology. Just a bit of wood on a bit of string. Yeah. Well, it is, but these pendulums go back thousands of years and have been passed down. And it's a device for you to connect into your higher self while you do develop, if you like, through meditation, that ability to gain that access. So it's an outer thing, it's a physical thing, yes, it's a pendulum and it's a piece of wood, it can be crystal, you attune yourself to the pendulum, and with trial and error or usage, you develop to know, to trust that the pendulum is an accurate way of connecting into that aspect of yourself. Now, obviously, a lot of this isn't. See, I've turned the sound down. Now, that's someone trying to phone in. But you don't get all the did. do get a picture come up. That's nowhere near as bad as saying it's very distracting. Of course it is. And so you can ask anything. Once you've developed this connection with a pendulum, and it does seem to be giving you good, correct answers, then you can bring in these other sorts of things. I'm just using me as an example, but it can be anything you come into contact with and you're not sure about. Because the pendulum will either give you a yes or a no, or also, because it's particularly relevant to your own growth, absolutely a non-conclusive answer, neither yes nor no. And with me, it just starts to swing side to side, but you develop it that way or investigate what and how the pendulum works with you. For me, it's a clockwise circulation for yes, anti-clockwise for no, and side to side to either neither or yes or no, which generally could mean you rephrase your question. Right? But we each do have our unique part to play. And we can discover this for ourselves. It's generally something you really like doing. Gives you a lot of clues. Well, hold on, I really like that, but how can that be developed, shall we say, as a job or a means of you, earning your livelihood? Again, you can ask, look into something. You've had a prodding or a nudge to sort of look into something, but you're very interested, but you don't know anything about it, right? Could be anything. So this is a bit open-ended, right? Any sort of idea that's implanted into you, you can take it further. A good place to start is the many things online. YouTube comes to mind. You can tap in there. Whatever topic it is, this is a generalized ministry. But I can give examples, whatever. Radionics, right? That's a particular system of healing. And that comes into your awareness, well, just as now, but whatever. And then you can put it in your web browser. Radionics. What is it? Really get more in-depth information. And if it's right for you, you'll be drawn to it. Magic Man, just like that, just happen to have a radionics machine. Because it's something I've looked into. This is a very basic radionics machine. You can see it's not so good to focus, because the camera's focused to me, and this is different, but whatever. There, I can see it now. This is a very basic one you can buy on eBay, but the theory or the mechanics of it, or the science of it is, it's a means for you to connect into a place, a person, an animal, and direct prayer to them. So on one of the discs, you put a sample, and it can be a piece of hair, it could be a photograph, whatever, of that person. And then you turn a dial until you get a sensation. Some of them have a strip. The more expensive machines, which I haven't got here, it's fallen down the back. You'd have a strip and you put your finger on it and then it just suddenly stick. You've got to, again, do this to see it. But you can look at, on YouTube, very detailed. So I won't do that. I'm getting the Bible. Hold on, Graham. You're totally right. So I've introduced that as an example. And if you've had some kind of inner thing of what is radionics or looking, then you seek and you find, and you'll find it on YouTube. Right? Detailed explanations of what radionics is, how you do radionics, And if you're guided and inclined that way, it's a notch up to just praying. No, I shouldn't say it like that, but I mean, it directs your energy. It's got a bit of science to it. Someone approaches you for radionics healing, and you ask for a sample of their hair, as an example. It can be a photo. So that's put on one disc, and that's attuned to that. Then the other disc you can put a medicinal compound, which could, of course, be pyramid water. Because you've blessed the water, you've used this person's name, because you have it, and you've asked, as I always do for myself, may this water be transmuted in the particular medicinal compound or compounds that this person needs for their healing. Amen. So you're combining prayer with technology. But then when you've done that, you put the sample of water, very similar to the Sai Baba system, but an extension of it, on the other disc, and that's it. You can leave it there an hour or 2 hours or whatever. And in that way, it's set up and it's sending. You can get machines that isn't with an very mild electrical current going through. So it is actually sending a signal. It's actually they've got a little aerial. So it's been attuned to the person first by taking their sample on one disc, which are linked, obviously, and then you attune it to the medicine, and then you leave it. And then after an hour or half hour, you either turn it off and you send the person acknowledge, or they acknowledge, you tell them. That's more effective, apparently. The person knows what time you're about to do this. But we all know in spiritual things, it's timeless. Now is the future and the past simultaneously. It's to do with vibrations. So you've got the person's vibration by their hair sample. Bit of a twist on that, the same idea. We're all unique. We all have our own vibration, unique to us. So we're all vibrating, but you've got that person's vibration by their hair sample. It could even be similar to DNA, the same idea as that. It's your unique connecting you, or way of connecting to you. And so then you put the medicinal compound. This person's getting a bit naughty. Well, I can put this in now. I might say, please do not continue to try and connect with me on the phone, although it isn't so much of a thing because I've turned the sound off anyway, but that was getting a bit. My advice to you is, again, if you seem to not get any response, check out that I'm not on the live Facebook video channel. It's not so much a channel. And then when you find that I am, obviously you can join the ministry if you like, but you do then have another option. Looking at it now, you have a comment box. So first I see everybody, not everybody because it's limited to your screen, but even so, if you wrote a comment, the newest thing will be seen and I'd see it, and you ask a little question, right? And I can respond either verbally now, just quickly. The other day I had a guy, what's a sissy? He was from Pakistan and he wanted to get hold of right. Whoa. It's about the fourth time. I can't pronounce your name anyway, and you're not going to hear our intention. So I shared this the other day. Yes, he's again. Blessed angels, will you please contact the angels of the person that is now trying to phone me or video call me and inspire him to check out whether I'm on, which I am, the live video broadcast of Facebook. And if so, then he'll be directed into this. And his only other option is, well, it's a good enough option, is the comment box. And obviously it's big, you can't write a 4-page letter, it's just, hi Graham, or whatever, I need this. If it's an urgent need for connection, and I can acknowledge it, and in the spirit, whatever, give any appropriate answer. So, glug of water. I'm in a sense teaching other people, right? So when you do get your pyramid together, and when you do have your pyramid charged water, and when you do get into the habit, it's just a habit of blessing your water every day and asking it be transmuted. It's just the same idea as the sacraments. We take a glass of Ribena, not wine, and we're praying that it is changed and becomes as, repeat, becomes as the blood of Christ, which is a symbolic identification of an all-powerful, cleansing, healing sacrament. There is a part of the ritual which is, quote, done in remembrance of you, yeah, which for some Christians that might be the big symbolism of it, but that isn't just it. You've missed a very big point. We can bless anything, water particularly, and it can be water into wine. A concept or as a word connected with that is alchemy. But sorry, it's in the Christian. What do you think was going on when Jesus changed the water into wine? Well, that was a miracle, but it was done for a reason, but it is a lesson for all of us. We can ask that, Father God, please change this water into the particular medicinal compound that I need in this moment. That's for yourself, amen. Or the person you happen to be ministering to and trying to offer healing to. Go back to my example of the man in Ward 4. It was Coca-Cola. I'm all aired. Fizzy drinks aren't supposed to be so good for us, but anyway, get a load of flack from them. Oh, well, there goes them for sponsorship. Right. But, and it worked. Of course it worked. We're talking about the power of the Holy Spirit. That is what miracles means. Beyond rational explaining, it'll come. But it'll come through people scientifically monitoring, which they did with Emoto's research. They just said to people, right, I want you to bless this water. Send it good thoughts. Bless it. And with their palms just stood round the circle, send it love. Words, whatever, peace, whatever, good vibes. But intention and a word was used to help focus that intention. Similar to radionics, same idea. That you have something solid to connect into, to link you to the particular, in inverted commas, target that you want the healing to be sent to. The angelic kingdom then come in. Because that's what you're doing. You're allowing them to assist. So we go into a whole new level now. Everything we do like that, it's the angels that do the work. but you're giving them permission and direction. They could still say no, so we get into things like black magic. That if your intention's a bit off the wall and not good, nada, not much is going to happen. But if it's good, then yes, the angels, in the flickering of an eye, doesn't matter what the distance is, are there. Contact the angels that are surrounding the recipient, as we've done a few times in this, but very on a low level. Can you please inspire this person to stop phoning me? But that would work and does work. It's a scientific approach, or explained scientifically, but that's how it would work and does work. That is the science of prayer. That the angels are like an intermediary. And if you've got to go down that track, fine. People say, well, I don't even believe in angels, right? Well, there's a challenge for you to go and look into that in your own way. Because the old axiom, it's all out there, it's all there. Whack into your browser, you've obviously most you've got contact with angelic kingdom, angelic healing. And there's a wealth of stuff that have come back. And the most easiest way to learn and assimilate new information is what I'm doing now. Watch a video. Not better than trying to read some book that's got a lot of concepts that the person who's writing the book continually overlooks. Well, hold on, they're not going to understand that because he's or she writing as they're inspired and whatever. But a video, you can, like I do, take the time to just double back a bit because you pick up in the spirit. Hold on, they don't get that concept. And you can also transmute that knowledge into a more applicable, reachable, I've got to think, and like I'm doing now, quote, musicians. There's a world you're living in. No one else has your part. They're what you call like seed thoughts. Then you take that and meditate on that. And in that attitude, you're actually asking your guides and helpers, can you elucidate on this, meaning expand on it? Now, this guy, naughty noughts, see, naughty noughts. This comes across to me in my spirit. This guy's just, answer my phone sort of thing, which isn't quite how you should be, and we all should be, yeah. It's another one, but that's just a thing. I'll put it in the video again. If you contacted me and you become a friend, fine. There's various ways you can connect into me and to look. And one of them is check out the live video page on Facebook. Am I on there? Then the only way you're going to actually get me to stop or enter into some kind of response is to go there yourself. And repeat myself, you can write in the comment box, hello, it's John, although I can see that, and a small question. But, well, it's your benefit as well. If I was trying to get through to someone and spent half an hour continually trying to phone them up, right? Well, I do other things than just sit with Facebook responding to video requests, and obviously I can only speak to one person at a time. This is how I've got to say what I'm about to say, justify it. I'm speaking to maybe 100 people now. And surely it's better that I continue doing that than interrupting it to answer a phone call, which is probably very personal. Make a joke. Oh, Graham, my cat's not too well. Which I have got a lady in Thailand, but she's not like that, bless her. But that's her big thing at the moment, accounting that. But she has the sense that, he's probably on his pyramid thing. And I can't get him now, and she'd suss it. She'd look and see, that's what he's up to. And of course, the other thing I'd say, option, which is open, at least you get it out your system, is my email address. Now, every single video nearly that I've done has my email address on it. And what do you think that's for? So you can get it out your system. Dear Graham, blah, 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 my granddad died a week ago, and all this stuff, right? And then I can, when I get round to looking at my emails, respond. It probably could just be with a short prayer, or I would video call you back. So, I believe what I was saying, what I'm trying and am doing with this ministry is training those who are interested into taking their level of prayer work, healing work, up a few notches. For me, the ultimate healing technique and technology we have at the moment, which is still being investigated, is pyramids. So yes, I do throw that in every single thing, and it's in my videos for search engines that screen, all these videos, imagine how many there is, and I put pyramids, pyramid healing, planetary healing, planetary shamanism, which is a new concept. Probably find it isn't exactly new to me, but the concept being that potentially even that role can expand. So you'd start off being trained as a shaman by your local head of the village, shall we say, and it's recognised you have this capability, and you're generally put under, as a quite young child, under the shaman or shamaness. Can be women in a lot of cultures. It's the women that do this role. And you do live apart from the rest of the community because you're being trained to do a role. And that person eventually will take over that role for that village. But what I believe is available and is an extension of that is planetary shamanism. Now, please do give me feedback, whether it's emails or what, that this is a bit, whoa, fine, because maybe it is a bit above your head. And I get that prompting anyway, because I will generally just be tapped to move on to another or go back a circle. There's a world you're living in. No one else has your part. Neil Young. And just continue with that particular aspect or part of what I'm actually ministering. Right. So we each do have a unique part to play. And we can do this, discover this, either looking around at what is happening on YouTube. You're obviously all doing that because you're on the computer network and you've got a wealth of information and knowledge out there, freely available. Just follow your heart and you'll go and you'll be led. Ask for your angelic kingdom helpers to draw close. Not going to harm anything. Ask St. Michael to draw close to offer you protection. These are all little disciplines, but they're over in 10 seconds. whenever you use a pendulum, you generally ask St. Michael to draw close, and that protects you from any negative influences that might want to interfere with your reading. You then politely ask that your guides and helpers draw close, just over in 10 seconds, and it can all be done silently. I generally put the pendulum over my hand, which you can't quite see. Yeah, you see it now. And a good pendulum, you have a little bobble in the string, see that can move, so you can get a comfortable holding place. And I could give a demonstration, but if someone wants to ask a question, hello, is anybody out there? You could just put in the comment, but not a big thing, but with a fairly easy yes and a no answer to it. But you'll see when you start to use the pendulum, it can't be, just like tarot cards, used flippantly. Shall I win the lottery next week? You generally get a non-response answer. So it should be respected and understood that I'm appealing to my higher self. Please, you call me. Well, yes, but not now. Very soon. I can do that. You're there, and I've acknowledged it. Yeah. But I've got roughly probably about another 20 minutes. Yeah. I can try and pronounce your name, but I probably won't do a very good job. Manisalaman Shiaka. Okay? So I've proved what I've been saying. I can acknowledge, because you come at the bottom of the line, so I do see it. And let's have a look. No. Ooh. No, I've got a lot of ones under you, but another thing I was inspired to say. If you connect in with me and you're new and whatever, it's better for you and for me that you do include a photograph. I've got something then to link into, and there'll be a better connection made. This also eliminates the problem many people on Facebook are not what they appear to be, and generally such people don't put their photograph. So generally it's an off-put for a word go. And if there's someone like me, shall we say, is going fairly popular, I had 100 friend requests this morning, as an example, right? But eventually one will obviously naturally discover you're limited anyway. I've nearly got 3,000 friends, but I think you can go up to 5,000. And then you've got the process, if it's appropriate, to filter out people or whatever. But that doesn't matter because anybody can join in this. So you've made a connection, you like what I'm teaching or how I teach or whatever, you can soon find out, when I'm actually doing and are doing a transmission. And so the connection is not lost. But it just does mean whatever privileges you have as a friend on Facebook might be cut. I don't understand all that. Plus the fact there's YouTube as well. All these videos are uploaded to YouTube, so they are made totally available, right? If you just go onto there and find the YouTube page, which I put out links anyway, and any one of them links will take you into the YouTube, and then you've got access to all the other. I think there's 25 videos there now. Some of them are done. I've noticed that your audible quality isn't so good. I've changed over. I've got a different mic come camera. But the audio on some, but again, if you're just really interested in sussing it out, you can obviously put up with that. So it's all freely available. I'm mate might in the future on YouTube, they do have a scheme where you can set it up and people have to pay. But I don't really want to do that. And I'm nowhere near that level yet. We're talking about thousands of people wanting to see it and all the rest of it. Great. Now, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. Charities. I'm sorry, someone sent an icon to say they're sad. Not angry. Sad's different to angry. Whoever you are, again, see, it's Arabic. So I can't even read your name. But whoever sent a sad icon, someone with tears, yes, I empathize with you. Okay. Charities. I've had a few people, mainly from Africa, that have wrote me nice little letters through Messenger, telling me all about the charitable work they do, and obviously are possibly sounding me out for a donation. Well, at the moment, I'm not in that position, but I tried to set up a charity that could help all charities, and this was channeled, and I believe came again from the Holy Spirit. And it was called, and this would be for people later or whatever to look up, the Theatre of Unemployment. It then had a name change, Black Unicorn, to sort of nudge the thing. But the gist of this charity is it would be an alternative promotional agency for all the performing arts. And it would be a charity, as I've already said, so it would have staff and people that run it, but they would only receive an acceptable living wage because it's a charity, right? That would enable it to charge anyone that uses its services, again, a minimum profit, but more important, significantly, would undercut all the current promotional agencies. Now, a lot of people understand this, realize that a lot of these new artists, which are happening all the time, it's the promoters that get a very large whack of what they're earning. Yeah? And that this needs to be cut out. The amount of money that could be generated for all charitable concerns, simply put, how this would work. It is a charity itself. Okay, we've got that system. The people that run it are paid a salary, but a reasonable salary. None of these ridiculous fees or wages that commercially run promotional agencies charge, right? And it would be all done via computer. So you're a band, a musician, all the performing arts, you've got an act thing you do, whatever, like that's why it's called theatre. A theatre means and incorporates all the performing arts. You've got singers, actors, whatever, all can be incorporated into a theatrical production. And then you've got the quote from William Shakespeare, which is obviously all part of the inspiration behind this. Very similar to Neil Young, so there's your link, right? All the world's a stage. The men and women are merely players. That's William Shakespeare. And from this initial concept, right, which was implanted in me, then a whole outline of the practical structure of such an organisation came through. I took it to a lawyer, and who again offered his services free. His name was JBS Davis, I think, but this is in Leicester. But it's all on record. I'll finish the spiel, right? And so that was like I'm doing a bit now with my pyramid water, right? That was my focus. Right, I've got to get this charity together. I've been given it. Now let's go out. Of course, I knew nobody, and I was on the dole myself. So the scenario started. I'd just go to a call box. Woo, someone's connected in. Go to a call box and connect whoever I could and try and get hold of on the phone to try and get some support. People like Pete Townsend of The Who were connected with. It turned out he'd got his own charity, Double O, and so couldn't really entertain getting involved because I was looking for people to be on the initial committee, you see. And generally, you look for people that are famous and established because it gives you credibility. And that's why people approach royalty as well, to be a patron of the charity, get it? I think I did approach Diana, Princess Diana, various people, right? I did all that I could do, but I didn't have the money, right? And the funny thing about this was that this is in Leicester, I got offices offered me by the local Labour Party in Leicester because they saw it as a political thing, right? Because it's to do with employment, the title, the theatre of unemployment. But they hadn't completely sussed it because, like I say, it said that right in the first year, this is going to be a charitable organisation. That means you can't support any political viewpoint or promoting. And I did this radio interview. On BBC Leicester Sound. Okay? And of course, as I did now, and I do now, went in and moved in the spirit. They had a complete written outline of what this charity could be and the practical applications of how it could work, right? And it's a 2-page big A4 thing. Like I say, it went through various things of promotion, blah, 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 right? Detailed information to give it the structure and the bones to actually then enable it to be set up. All channeled, right? And so I went on to BBC, asked for access to airspace. And I gave them all the elaborate outline. And someone didn't do their job right. I mean, I've gone to all the bother giving them the outlines. It's very clear what I wanted to try and do. And this is live. Now, generally, you don't get access to live radio. Okay? But again, somewhere some people got their wires crossed. I did. And this is a well-famous BBC presenter. Years of experience, right? And this is what went on. And imagine this is lies. I couldn't. Right? His first question was, well, Graham, don't you think there's too many theatre groups already? And we've heard that you're going, I've got offices, that's it, in the local Labour Party. Okay? Rather provocative, misconceived question, right? Hoping it would be some kind of... I looked back for a few seconds and then said, quote, well, you obviously haven't read the outline that I've given you because this isn't a theatre group at all. It's going to be an alternative promotional agency, right, for all the performing arts. Of course, he's blown right out the water, which is obviously what I needed. He didn't have a clue, so it was all left to me. He had to turn that around and say, oh, well, Graham, would you like to say what I wanted? Well, would you like to tell us what it is then? And then, of course, I had open stage and did just systematically go through the whole thing, right? When I got back to the Labour Party offices, see, because part of what I said is, in responses, oh no, this isn't going to be a Labour Party thing, it's going to be a charity and it can't be seen to support any political party. Suddenly I lose access to my office space, which was obviously used. So I had a phone number, didn't have to go to a phone box and all this, and I had a nice seat and I could sit out. So imagine prior to that I was in a phone box, putting all my money that I had, 10p pieces, trying to make one connection. And that's why I obviously targeted pop stars. Oh, I did get through to a famous Sir Richard Branson. And how I did that was I sent a fax. Right? So fax, it photocopies your document. You get a phone number, a fax number, but you get the same technology. And the document is sent. And you get that number by first ringing up, as I did. Oh, hello, have you got a fax number for Richard Branson, please? Bloke thought for it. Says, come on, says, it's just a document. If he doesn't like it, it's no harm done. See, I'm not taking up his time. He hasn't got to come to the phone. Hello, this is Richard Branson here. Yeah. Right. So it is like a filtering. But I got through. And the document, and he wrote a letter and congratulated me on my resourcefulness. There's a little hint for anyone there. Fax. Yeah, you try and get someone rich and famous on the phone, they've got a whole team of people that answer the phone, and that's their job. They make a decision, well, will Richard really want to speak to this person? And you generally just get fobbed off. I did with Pete Townsend, but eventually I got through. And then it wasn't actually him, though, but even so, his secretary had obviously had conversed with him and then explained in quite detail. He already runs a charity called the Double O. Not many people know about this, but he has, and that's his commitment, which is fine. Obviously didn't want to make a big thing of that because people say he's on a bit of an ego trip, but now he runs and does run, probably, still, his own charity. And he's like the head, although he does all his music bit, he has to attend meetings and he oversees it. And needs to say he obviously contributes to it. So I know the heart and the willing is there, but the amount of benefit that this charity could do, like I say, I didn't finish that. So it's an alternative promotional agency for all the performing arts. Artists register with it with contact details, whether it's their own manager, get it? Same issue, but they've agreed. They can detail which charities they particularly are prepared to perform for and how often they can, but that can all be quickly sorted out on a phone call. So you have a list of names of people, what they do, what charities they are prepared to perform for. You then can recontact the charities themselves, right? If you build up that information. Hello, is that Oxfam? I shouldn't say that because he's no longer with us, but Mick Jagger said he's very interested in your charity and is prepared to do some performances for you. Would you be interested with us trying to arrange some kind of performance for you? Now, that could be lots of different things, because part of the vision of the Theatre of Unemployment was there'd be multimedia events. Okay? So these won't be like a rock concert. They'd have rock musicians can be there and do a performance, but you'd have all the other performing arts that reaches out to many different sorts of people. A bit of theatre, a bit of acting, a bit of comedy, whatever. All within like a show, a multimedia show. And then the other aspect of these, I'm watching the time, I'm getting near the hour, so starting from so we'll end with this, right, so quickly. So it's a brilliant outline. After I left the Labour Party, again in the spirit, well, where do I go from here? Very obvious choice. Go to the Conservative Party. Now, this is fact. Again, one of my things that can be checked. So I wrote a lovely letter to Margaret Thatcher, the Conservative head of the Conservative Party. I can't remember if they were in. Oh, yeah, they were in power as well. Because that was what the Labour were. They were all trying to slag them off, and there's all these ridiculous demonstrations. And right, guess what happened? Margaret Thatcher not only wrote a lovely letter back and acknowledged it, she, on my behalf, and she said that, I hope you don't mind, submitted it to the Charity Commission. So imagine, you're in the Charity Commission and the Prime Minister of the country has personally submitted you a potential outline for a charity. Because they obviously have to look it over. Well, you can imagine it got very quick, efficient service and a positive response. The lawyer had already gone over it, but there was minimal that they explained that there are certain categories you can register a charity under, and they gave me the options. You can either do it under this, that, the other, right? And then if it fits that charitable status, it can and will become a charity. But the next stage, and this is where I was stuck in the first place, is getting together people to act as either to endorse it, or I had no trouble getting people prepared to do the work and get a nice big salary. We're going back to the Labour Party. And that is I've got to say, the cheek of these, they had a meeting amongst themselves. Right, well, I was glad I did, Lee. They had already worked out who was going to do what and what sort of salary was fair. And I was just going to be called the founder, and I could attend the meetings if I wanted to. So basically, they're going to rip off this charity and try and use it to promote, which of course they couldn't, their Labour Party ideals and promote it as a Labour Party initiative, which it wasn't. Me not into politics, me follow Holy Spirit. But that's it. And on that note, it's 1 hour and 2 minutes. Thank you for those that have put up. I realise, it's a good thing. Thank you very much. Good attitude and better contact. Well, fine. I can also take criticism. That's nice. That's positive. I'm just quickly now just going, love you, right? A lot of people joined but haven't put any comments. Okay. Now, there could be a language thing I've shared about that mainly people are from India, a Frenchman, which I can't understand the word. I'm not at that capacity yet, and it may come that I get a secretary and that their job is like normal, answer phone calls, but also a multilingualist secretary who could very quick to me say, oh, Graham, this person said this. How do you want to respond? Just a few words, blah, 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 and she would translate it into your language or whatever. Who knows? But this charity, ending on that, the Theatre of Unemployment, is still in existence in paper. It was printed by the Findorn Foundation. Then it goes back to my connection with Lex, the printer. Beautiful job. It's a work of art and some brilliant graphics of a starving people. Its mantra was the art of the relief of suffering, which it's got a double-ended interpretation. The art means how you do it. Some would say the art of bread making. This is how you do it. And this is like incorporated into this charity's name. This is how we relieve suffering. We use the performing arts. We organise festivals, events all year round. It could spread all over the world. Every country could have its Theatre of Unemployment branch. Start off small, but they are then organising artistic events to generate money for charity. They would only take a living expenses, if you follow me. they would undercut every other promotional agency out there. Might be why it got blocked. Because we would only charge a reasonable fee to help organise an event. The phone calls that might go in and all this, but non-profit. I wonder why some of the big mega stars, sort of did a nice little no thank you, not today thanks. Because I won't go into names. There's quite a list of people, obviously, I tried, bless them, me, on that phone box. And I did do a radio interview. Now, it might have got censored because this guy was totally humiliated. And imagine his bosses weren't impressed because they hadn't bothered to read the document that I had bothered to put together and present, done the right procedure. Hello, can you look after this? And can I have access to airspace, please? And you give them a phone number, and generally what would happen, they'd contact you a couple of days later, give you a quick phone call and say, yeah, cool, would you like to come in and we'll do an interview? But for some reason, they just jumped because of the title. Oh, it's just another theatre group. It got shut aside and they didn't get it right. So bye for now. I'm going to, again, for those that have stuck through, thanks, download this and then upload it to YouTube. So until we meet again, it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him.